Hi, today I want to tell you about my elapsed time one-page problems. These came from an idea that I had when I heard about a technique of teaching math in Japan, in which a teacher doesn't do a mini lesson, doesn't write the steps out on how to solve a problem. He gives the problem to his students, and the students use what they already know to find the answer on their own. More like a puzzle than following steps, the way that we teach math. I was really inspired by this because I felt like so much of math for my students was memorizing the steps, memorizing definitions, and that's really not what math is. Math is figuring out life around us. I tried this with them at the end of the school year. I took some concepts that were going to be introduced in 4th grade, but that they had a really good foundation for in 3rd grade, at the end of 3rd grade. And I gave it to them and they loved it. They said, "This is the most fun math ever." And it was such a great way to end the school year. I was really disappointed that I only started doing it right in the last couple weeks. So I created these sheets, and elapsed time is one of the topics that I did it for. Elapsed time is one of those things that is really tricky for kids in 3rd grade. They're the kids who don't really understand it. They don't know what it means. We really need to build a strong foundation for them. And then there are the kids who think they understand it, who can just subtract and find the right answer as long as it's within an hour. But as soon as they go outside of an hour, they start making mistakes because the strategy that they're using won't work anymore. So with these pages, I really thought about reaching all of the possible places that students could be. And we start out with elapsed time within an hour with 10-minute intervals. So that's saying we're starting at 2:10. How many minutes is it until 2:50? And the kids have to figure it out. It's nice because counting by tens is easy. They get to know the number line and how to use it to solve elapsed time problems. So I have 2 of these with a number line with each minute ticked off, and then I have 2 with just the tens, and then I have 2 with a blank number line. So you have 6 possible problems solving to the nearest 10 minutes. They're also editable, so you can have as many as you want. You just have to change the numbers on your own. I then do to the nearest 5 minutes and then to the nearest minute. And then we start dealing with story problems. And again, with each story problem, you have one that deals in 10-minute increments, one in 5-minute increments, and one in 1-minute increments. And then we move on to times longer than an hour. So it really reaches every kid exactly where they are. The way it works is we start out with a group meeting in which we put up on the board everything that we know about elapsed time or time. It would give kids a chance to share what they know, to be reminded, oh yes, I do know that, that might be helpful. Sometimes the kids might need help building their list, and that's totally fine. Then we talk about things we need to know in order to solve the problem. We need to know our start time, we need to know our finish time. And then I turn the kids loose, either individually or with a partner, to work on their problems. Now, they're not all going to have the same problem. Some kids are going to start out in the beginning, some kids are going to start out in the middle, maybe a few in the end, but it doesn't matter because that base of knowledge is the same for all of these problems. You'll notice on the page there's a place to record what I know and what I need to know. This is the information that's going to be on the board. For some students, I will put this on their sheet for them, probably ahead of time because I know what they know and what they need to know. Other students, I'll have them copy it down, and other students might not need to copy it down. It's really differentiating to meet the needs of your students. The kids work on it, like I said, in a partner or by themselves. When they think they've solved it, they bring it up. And as a teacher, I ask them questions to understand their thinking, hopefully get them to see their mistakes that they made without me pointing it out. And then if they are done, they've completed it successfully, I give them the next sheet in the sequence, or send them back with mistakes to fix. Again, hopefully the kids have found their own mistakes and they're grabbing the paper back and saying, "I'll be right back, I'll be right back." I used these exact pages with some kids that I am tutoring with Elapsed Time, and the growth that they showed with just about 30 minutes of work, they made it through 4 or 5 of these sheets. They really got the understanding that they did not have before. And I think that's the strength of these papers. It's putting the work onto the students instead of the teacher. So they're the ones doing the thinking, and then they're the ones doing the learning. Hopefully this seems exciting to you. You can find it in my store. And thank you for watching.